Right. So yeah, feel free to settle into your space. Just for everybody, we'll just do a guided meditation, then we'll open it up for co-channeling, co-weaving, and yeah. We do things different every meeting. We actually haven't done a guided meditation, and it's been a while. It's recently we've been doing a lot of co-channeling, a lot of kind of like I guess more masculine frequency with the slides. We've been really into gridding Vegas, and then the grid play itself, the galactic gridding has been higher dimensional octaves. A lot of councils coming through. New councils too. But for this, we'll just open space together, our sacred space together. Feel free to drop off camera if that's most aligned for you. No problem with that whatsoever. Settling into your body, settling into your space. Lyran codes. Guardians now, the Atlantean land there. I thought a lineage as very Lyran. Feel free to tone, hum, sing, buzz. Starting to release your day. Allowing and giving yourself permission to receive. And there's a lot of excitement. I'm just going to kind of weave some of this here too. Starting to settle into your heart center, into your breath. Allowing yourself to fully arrive here in the now moment, completely getting some of that movement into opening up your energetic meridians, central channel, central pillar, pranic cord, rolling your shoulders. Kind of opening up. You can do like the cactus arms. I just love yoga so much. Pretend like you're squeezing a quarter in between your shoulder blades and just welcoming in our guides, helpers, allies. Loosening the jaw, releasing the tongue. I heard sighing too. There's some grounding that's needed too. So if that feels like you, feel free to put your hands, your palms down to ground, palms up to receive, feet on the ground as well. Go barefoot too. Grab a crystal. I got two right here. The ones that I always have, you can hold on to a crystal too, and that will help ground you, send some of that energy into the crystals as we're tapping into this frequency of the crystalline, golden Atlantean temple, welcoming in your councils. You can do one hand over the heart, one hand over your belly too. Connecting to your physical body, mental body, emotional body. Get those wiggles in. Do a couple breaths here too, just to allow us to open. We'll do a 3-6-9 breath. So a 3-6-9 breath will be a 3 count in, white radiant light into the crown or soul star, holding for 6. And then exhaling on the way out, releasing anything that needs to be released for 9. So it's a 3-6-9 breath. A little bit different frequency than what we've worked with before. So whenever you're ready, 3, 2, 1, deep breath in, white radiant light into the crown. Sip. Hold, squeeze, sucking your belly button in. Exhaling, side buzzing, humming, making some sound, letting something go. Recovery breath at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in here. Sip at the top. Squeeze. Hold. Activating that root lock. Side buzzing or humming, making a sound, releasing something. Ha. Recovery breath. Last breath here. 3, 2, 1. Biggest breath yet. Sip. Squeeze, root lock. Side buzzing or humming on the way out. Returning to a normal breath. As you breathe in and continuing to breathe here, begin to sense a field of golden light forming beneath you. You can picture this, imagine this as your crystalline grid, a platform forming the base of your temple space, space of remembrance. Calling in any pertinent multidimensional soul aspects, any other guides that you're working with here. I'll give you some time to call them in. Welcoming in your higher self, highest, purest essence. Always welcoming in the galactic children, our inner children, any other children or frequencies that you're weaving with as well too. There's so many different ones coming in. There's angelic frequency dragons, Magdalene, Yeshua, Mary, Divine Mother, Divine Father, Divine Child. Starting to bring your intention forward for our session. Your own personal council, galactic councils, the Atlantean Crystalline Council, and setting an intention that anything that comes forward is for our highest and greatest good, crystalline, golden, and above. And calling forward your intention for our session today, or intentions. You do a hand on your heart, starting to breathe those intentions in with your breath. On the inhale, breathing it in, activating it in your heart space. And then exhaling out through that intention, one by one. Feel free to say your intentions out loud, speak them out into the field, whisper them, sing them. Activate those intentions with your light language. And as we prepare to shift our awareness into this guided meditation, guided activation. Remembering that we are sovereign, that we are free. Also feel free to harmonize any of the verbiage that doesn't feel aligned as well. Feel free to offer your intention into that crystalline grid beneath you. Feel it encoded into your field and begin irradiating that outwards. Maybe you also have like a symbol, a sigil, maybe you're drawing codes too to activate your intentions. If you need to grab a pen or anything like that, feel free. Our sacred space is open. And as we begin here, allowing the scene around you to shift, sending your awareness up and outwards. Begin to visualize yourself now walking barefoot along the shores of ancient golden Atlantis. Looking around, noticing that the sky is a soft gold hue. The air hums with crystalline frequencies. Seeing if you notice any higher harmonics. Feeling into your body, that lightness in the body, open, free, and activated as you continue to just guide yourself in whatever way feels most aligned here. And as you're walking along, noticing if there's anything off into the distance, walking towards that as you begin to approach the Atlantis Crystalline temple. Imagining how it appears to you. With your awareness, noticing that it is filled with solar sound, where crystalline tones ripple through in geometric structures. And if it feels most aligned, beginning to make your way up the entrance and moving inside. Listen as chords resonate from within the crystalline structured walls. Maybe it sounds like crystal bowls or golden discs. Each tone adjusts your inner architecture. You can hear it with your ears or with your clairaudience. Letting your cells absorb the harmonics, clearing any density, restoring cellular and DNA functions. Just breathe here, and if aligned, receive. Your guides have come with you, your inner child has come with you, you are safe and grounded and anchored. Notice how your nervous system begins to respond. Now noticing your lungs, continuing to breathe here. You are now guided to the great crystal core deep beneath the temple. Here pulses a massive radiant column of liquid light. The crystalline core consciousness of Atlantis, represented here. Place your hands upon it. And as you do, streams of golden light and liquid starlight begin flowing into your body, through your crown, third eye, heart, palms, and down into your solar plexus. Feel free to sing, hum, buzz, speak light language. You feel the solar Christos Sophia codes activating the Trinity, encoding of divine union architecture within you. Imagine your own golden halo glows at your crown, expanding outwards into a frequency mandala. Your spine becomes a solar pillar filled with activated light blue plasma light. Now moving into the Temple of Water Codes, where the galactic dolphins and the baby cosmic whales greet you happily. Nearby, a crystalline being, an Atlantean priestess, steps forward and greets you. They place a crystalline orb of Atlantean water into your hands. And as you turn it over in your hands, notice the water glows etherically inside. And if it feels aligned, drink it in, activating your personal water codex within you. Feel that liquid light intelligence flowing through you into your physical body and weaving into your mental and emotional bodies. Then expanding out into your auric field, ebbing into your light bodies. This frequency helps with softening your physical, mental, and emotional bodies and restoring your body to its original harmonization frequency, organic divine blueprints. Then maybe placing a hand on your heart or your belly and breathing in here and checking in with your body, your mind, and your spirit. Noticing, is there something here within you that wants to be witnessed? Asking your body, what is it that needs to be seen? Maybe there's an emotion coming forward as well too. That's okay. If there's an emotion that comes forward, you can name it or ask what part of you is experiencing that emotion and holding space for that. Next, You are led through and into an expansive garden where there are 3 galactic beings who are gathered in a stone outlying area, and they're watching you as you approach them. And as you approach, you can see a light blue and a green flame glowing within a central pyre. But you don't feel any heat coming off of it. The beings that are gathered here are 1 each from Lyra, 1 from Sirius, and 1 from the Pleiades. They are dressed ceremoniously in traditional garb, and they represent the triad frequencies as representatives of the unified galactic council that once seeded golden Atlantis. They pause, acknowledging you telepathically. What is it that you wish to remember here today? And if it feels aligned, you can answer them telepathically as well. Then one of them steps forward, and they place a tetrahedron, a 4-sided pyramid of light, into your hand. You now hold the codes of divine wisdom, sacred remembrance, and quantum creation. Feel free to turn over that tetrahedron in your hand. Pausing here for a few moments, allowing that frequency to integrate. You can also tuck it away for safekeeping, or give it to your inner child. My inner child wanted it, so I'm giving it to my inner child. Shifting once again, now you begin to feel a temporal golden rainbow bridge frequency forming above you and below. And if it feels aligned, connecting into you through your soul star and extending it down into and through your root and earth star chakras, bridging all versions of you, parallel, past, future, allowing them to collapse and harmonize into coherence. Witnessing now as your divine child steps forward into your presence. They look into your eyes and they say, "You've never been separate. I've always been here. You just forgot for a while." Embrace them, and if it feels most aligned, you can now imagine the golden rainbow bridge frequency. And through that frequency, with the frequency of quantum harmonization, allowing you to merge with your divine child self energetically. You are witnessed, you are whole, fully anchored, grounded, and supported within this crystalline Atlantean temple space. You are the Rainbow Bridge. You are bridging into Golden Atlantis, reawakened and activated in the frequency of your remembrance. Taking a few moments here to call forward any messages or pertinent soul aspects, asking them to make themselves known consciously to you here in this calibrated temple space. Feel free to speak light language. I'm hearing that calibration will be helpful. You can grab your pen if you need to write down any messages. I'm also hearing as well too, if there is something that you are searching for, something that you are seeking, something you want to remember, feel free to call that in within this crystalline Atlantean temple space as well, asking that to come forward now for you in the most aligned way. Allowing your inner child or your divine child self to explore too. I just watched like 4 of them take off. Giving yourself permission to explore. You're grounded, you're safe. Anchored within this calibrated quantum field. If there's something that you need assistance with too, there is a record keeper that's available. You can see their clothes. You can ask them. Ask your higher self. I'll give you a few more minutes here. So many different soul aspects here too. starting to call that into completion. Thanking all of our guides, helpers, and allies. Allowing anything that came through to integrate in accordance with our intentions that we set, in accordance with our highest and greatest good. You can integrate it with your breath, with a symbol, sigil, incantation, prayer. Reapplying any time locks that were in place. With our collective intentions, healing those energetically once again. Asking that your record keepers, the Akashic Keepers, step forward too to update our personal records, update the Akashic, updating any mission logs as well too, as you deem fit. And I think what we'll do is we'll just open this up. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. If you're still integrating, emerald order, absolutely. It's a good time to co-channel together. Feel free to unmute, and we're here to witness you, to hold this field together. Yeah, I was definitely channeling the Emerald Order too. Yesterday and the day before as I was preparing, and I really try not to bring through a certain order because some people are like, I am, if you say Emerald, they're like, I'm Violet, and then it's just like, you know what I mean? So I really just I let everybody call in whatever order it is they want. I'm personally Emerald Order. Shout out. But all the other orders are good too. We love them just as much. But yeah, if anybody has anything, feel free to unmute and co-channel. Curious to hear what came through for you. I was seeing so many things. Like it's
Hi, Glenn. Thank you for that. A lot was also coming through for me too. Um, and the Lyran Star Mothers were just actually coming through just a moment ago. But I'm happy to just kind of bring through whatever wants to come through for our greater collective group here. And rainbow consciousness was also coming through. Um, what I was hearing earlier is like I needed to share gifts with y'all. So soul gifts to unlock timelines, implants, ancient vaults, Prito parutoto pa imena mananakato shukena kato hatona kato tato shukyako aprito papapatute yato kanokotata I have the Anubian Light Council here specifically. The records of wisdom. The ancient wisdom keepers. Some sort of deities. Piato tarito parito chiama shu haunu no katata tieto taya kushia katata taya kakakakata. Deities of the light, guardians of the light. Kuni kadana kishi kadakato kamanana kutula parito parita yana katota shukia na kadana tata tata seeing like a guitar and a violin. Divine instruments of God. Dragons, solar code, solar dragons. Corrito pepa mama mama na 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 kashu ka to parita ha ka ko ta 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 pa 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 to para ta 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 ti to parita ha yumi na manu na 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 ki na to ka ma ta ta ha ku shu ta ta ti to ka na na kashu ka ka ta ka ti ka ta ka to ka to 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 I'm just a radio station emitting frequency at this point. Kana ka ta ta ka ta 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 ti to ta ta parita pa 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 Use your own jurisdiction for harmonization. Yakonakata, kashi katatieta. Ki anaka usute aka shukia kota tota yuto. Unlocking ancient dragon lineage. Ko yakonaka to aka eta tata ishukia tota. In the frequency of the aurora borealis. Kunaka tata tatia tota pushuti putopato pata pata patata. Rainbow starlight. Kanu kota tututeta tata tushiki nakatu kero katata tata. Golden starlight. Kunaka mama mama katu se shushukana kota tati da 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 tushushukana kata ta 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 ta. Diamond starlight. Kanakatito shukena kato parita parita papapatuta tatuta na 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 na. Avian star lineage. Kunakata tarikata lo tota parita mama mama no no shukana katuta to tata. Pushukiato kano kotayo kana kota katata. And Atlantean harmony of star lineages. Koshika kata ta 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 ta. Star consciousness. Kunakata ta 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 ta. Galactic harmonization. Kunakata ta rika ta ta rita mama 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 katu ta 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 tieto. Pleiadian frequency. Kunakata ta kashuk yato ta parita hanya kuruna kata haruto ta ta teato kamanana na katu te toso kanakata ta 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 ta. Mintaka and Orion, Greater Orion. Kunakata ta rikata parito paruto papa papa patino tato. Shukia tota hoko shikota no kata. Lemurian star mothers. Konata ta shishu konakoto teto tato ta 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 tito ta 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 ta. Dragon lineage. Orion, Pleiadian roots. Koshukana katata tia shukya papa toto parita kanana na hashuna na 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 kata ta 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 ta. Pupato papa 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 like butterfly harmonization papa 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 to 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 ta 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 ta. Greater avian lineages. Koshina kata ta tia kata ta kata shukra kata ta 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 la kata ta 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 ta. Angelic frequency harmonics. Divine sign of union harmonization. Seraphim archangels. I'm going to just stop because it just keeps going on and on. And I'm getting a little tired. So, um, I will just say that the other things I was feeling as we were going through the meditation was a lot of like galactic consciousness, like Sirian High Council of Light was coming through. Um, I had to Google it, but there's a Procyon, which is a star in Canis Minor, Taygeta, which is a Pleiadian star, um, Ershkigal and Inanna were coming through. So a lot was going on there. And then like rainbow fire unicorns and um, rainbow solar dragons, as well as diamond and black dragons were coming in. So, um, yeah, just take what resonates. Please ground. And yep, that's all I got for now. Thank you. I'm complete.
Oh, yeah, wow. Thank you so much. There's so many things that came through. Yeah, I love your shares, your frequency, your depth, your majesty. Yeah, yeah, definitely take some time here to speak your own light language, ground in. I was like moving. I had to like move my body because it was like in my spine. Like the words were just like the codes were just like um if you can imagine a honeycomb, and as you click the honeycomb into place, it just fits perfectly. And it was like in between the discs of my spine. I was just like, I was just like making a room for all of these like very higher upper, like higher density galactic frequencies. So thank you so much for helping us calibrate and attune and channel. And I was watching too as we were shifting into the co-channeling. I was watching like it's like a frequency representation of us like taking our places on the council, like taking a seat basically. And it's not just like one council. There's we each have our own council. We're calling in councils, but I'm just watching people like sit down, and it's like you had never left essentially. But I'm watching individuals sit down in their councils, and it was really interesting. Just like seeing that frequency, and when I say seeing, like you know what I mean. It's not like yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, if anybody else has anything to share, feel free to unmute popcorn style. I feel like we're just kind of yeah, so many star lineages, so many councils. Absolutely. And even like the star lineages, the star families, the councils that um not from our galaxy too. So this is like other galaxies are starting to kind of come in and support and um, make themselves known in the field.
Yeah, it's very interesting as we are going through the meditation. I was seeing um a meadow. It's a beautiful meadow, and then there's this beautiful clear water. The water looks like almost like crystalline, and it's just running through, and so many greeneries, and it looks mystical. It feels like we are gathering in this stream, nourishing ourselves, nourishing our whole being, and just receiving this code. It's not, it doesn't look green. It looks crystalline codes. If that makes sense, like diamond crystalline codes is just pouring down, and it's in the water, it's in the air, it's all around, but there's the greeneries, and it's heart centered, love centered. Everything just looks so serene and so peaceful. And different tribal ancestors were there. The land tribes were there. The water people, they were there. I don't know what they're, I guess it's connection with the Atlantis, the merman, the mer people. They were there. But then there's also like this dark side of it that a lot of people they don't like to talk about it. So I guess it's time to fully understand the dark side that we get to evolve. It's, bridging healing, that's the feeling that I get from the dark and the light, right? The same concept as so above, so below. But what I'm completely curious about is this crystalline diamond light language code status. I can't even, the audible part of it, it's still not fully understand by my being, but my higher self understands it, if that makes sense. And I can hum a frequency, and it sounded more like, and it just goes on and repeat over and over and over again. But the audio part, it's more singing, which my voice cannot register that high notes. So I believe someone here, perhaps, or whoever listening to this playback, they can chime in. So with that, I am complete.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful.
Hi guys. Oh, it's been a while. Thank you for that beautiful guided meditation. Erica, so good to see you. Yeah, I wanted to pop on. We just walked in the door after two 8.5 hour drives, because I wanted to share. I just think the timing is really interesting of this trip that we just took for my husband's work to the Bahamas. It's been planned for a while, and I knew there was a lot of Atlantean codes there, and I was curious what was going to come up. And I think it's just super cool that the codes that JJ's doing right now are Atlantean, and there's a lot of this coming into the awareness right now. And I knew that there was, this Bimini Road you might have heard of, which is like a road that travels under the sea. It looks like it's between the Miami coast and Bimini Island. It's just not far from Bimini Island, but I think the idea is that the whole coastline may be between the south of Florida and all the way out to the Bahamas. Like there were all sorts of different enclaves and cities, and there was traversing between them. And so we did some really powerful grid work there. There's lots and lots of layers of history. And the first night that we were there, my husband and I both had crazy dreams. He actually had night terrors, and I had dreams of all of the kind of distortion that's there. And I could almost sense like maybe you guys have heard like the giant crystal. There's lore about that, being somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean that used to power the grid for the Atlantean cities that were there. And now it's kind of almost being misused or used for negative forces. And I felt that so strongly. It was kind of like being in a weird time warp. But it's sort of anchoring this distortion there where the history of the fall of Atlantis and the slaves that came in. Well, actually, even before that, the indigenous people, they're called the Lucayan and the Kawadi. I can't remember the other name, but I dreamed of all of the different layers of trauma there. But the people there are so incredibly beautiful and nice and loving, and but even so, there's layers in that the people there are holding from the slave trauma, but yet somehow they're rising above and able to be this joyful people that are just anchoring love there. And I could see that they, even though their history was traumatic in how they got there, the slave history of being brought from like Sierra Leone, and I think that was even significant too, that most of the slaves were brought from Sierra Leone, that I felt this very Lyran lineage there. And the things that were popping up on my Instagram feeds were all like Lyran related, but they all had like black, or darker chocolate kind of skin tones, like the one I posted in the chat. And I was like, there's something to this. Like, I feel like the people that were slaves that were brought to the Bahamas were actually meant to be there to kind of anchor love despite this distortion that's there, and kind of waiting for this new time for the crystalline Atlantis to rise, out of the ashes there. And so it was just this potent, multi-layered experience. And I did grid work, and I went with a local there who took me all around for 3 hours. And we went to a lot of the sites where the slaves had been, and just met up with people there and gave out a lot of roses and put a lot of roses down. But I feel like the icing on the cake was this local that was touring me around. He and I became friends, and I ended up taking him out to lunch and getting to know him. At the end, I asked him about his family, and he said he had a daughter. I said, "What's her name?" And he said her name was Harmony. And at that moment, I just got chills, like, oh my gosh, all of these layers of history and remembrance there are all weaving and healing and harmonizing. And it was just a really beautiful, like, different way to be looking at the slave history there, where they're actually, as horrible as it was, like, they are meant to be the protectors of this sacred land. And they've shown us how to continue to like rise above despite all this trauma that they've endured. So it was just a really beautiful experience, and there was so much energy in the water and the codes there. So I just wanted to share that kind of personal experience and weave it in with all the galactic stuff. So thank you. I'm complete. Love you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Tatiana, for your shares and for all of the amazing grid work that you do every single place you go, for anchoring and being such a way shower in so many different ways. Yeah, as I was listening to the things you're bringing through, also, because we're channeling like the golden timelines, the crystalline Atlantis, and it's interesting. And of course, use your own discernment, right? I'll always point you back to your own channel when you're bringing things through for your field and weaving with us. But what the council is bringing through, the crystalline golden Atlantean council, there are many different timelines, right? If you could think of it as a spectrum, like threads, right? And we're weaving as a multidimensional. As you are in this soul remembrance, you have the ability to basically weave time, move in between these different, soul aspects of yourself. And the council they were adamant. They were saying again and again, like very loudly, like in one timeline, Atlantis fell, but in the timeline that we're remembering, that we're channeling, that we're connecting and weaving through. And this timeline that I'm connected to. They're very adamant. Atlantis didn't fell. We ascended. You will meet us on the ascension path. So like, if you can imagine, if you say that we're in 5D right now or 4D, and Dolores Cannon talks about this too. So animals that go extinct on the Earth in the now moment, they actually ascend. They're not here anymore, but they're in a higher dimension, if that makes sense. So, yeah, they were just basically saying that as we're calling in the golden timeline, the golden crystalline timeline. Maybe in a certain timeline, Atlantis did fall, Mu fell, Egypt fell, but in these higher densities or dimensions, that isn't the case. These are different timelines, and we're weaving ourselves into these timelines and really remembering. It's not like learning. We're not learning how to be high frequency or higher vibrational. We're remembering all of these. Returning back into unity, returning back to our organic divine blueprint. So, yeah, does anybody else have anything? Thanks for all the shares in the chat too. Erica's got some cards too.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I feel like there are definitely timelines where it didn't fall and it's very much alive. And when I was in Guatemala in Tikal at the ruin sites, the Guatemalan ruin sites there, it had that feeling. It was super potent, like it was just another timeline that was existing now. Like they very much ascended and are just operating simultaneous, but at a slightly different frequency. So yeah, that makes total sense. Big chills on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. And what they're saying, what's coming through now too, is that they're basically, so as we weave and as we grid and as we channel and connect to them, they're offering us an energetic remembrance, a glimpse, a reminder of who we are. That way we can call that into the now moment from the void, from the 0 point, and manifest that into our current reality, right? So it's great that we can channel and we can view and we can weave into these other realities, but we're incarnated into the now moment here, and that's important that we're grounded here in the now moment as well. Just wanted to share that. Anybody else have anything that they wanted to bring through for us? Anything that you saw, felt, heard, remembered, seen? If you don't feel like sharing, that's okay too. You don't have to share. Never any pressure. We can always weave in the field. You can put it into the field and we're tapped in and attuned and calibrated. We can easily, get that in the field. So if that's more aligned as well. And also if something came through for you and you feel like it may be more unconscious or subconscious, you can set an intention before you fall asleep or set an intention in the now moment if you hop into breathwork or meditation, and you can call in that integration frequency into completion. You can meditate on that specific frequency. We received, my inner child took off of mine, but that tetrahedron as well. And you can use that tetrahedron, the four-sided pyramid, to kind of recall yourself back into this frequency in the now moment, and you can sit and meditate in there too.
Okay, so from the first drawing that I did, I feel the bottom right corner, that is the key code. Um, so what my drawing is not the best, but what they uploaded to me is this, it's all green and it's a heart, but it's a two-chambered heart that is like intertwined together with, it looks like helps, but it's a mystical helps. I can't even put it. It's crystalline helps. So if you've seen someone did artwork with wax that's like kelp, different color, shade of green and blues hues, that's what it looks like, but it's crystalline. It comes up and then this heart just like forming in the middle, and it has light light language codes all over it, and it's diamond crystalline encrusted, and that's the anchor right there. And then it's the saying of open your heart and open your eyes, and then the magic within. So it encapsulated with that energy. That's what was dropped. That's the key code to anchor the energy. That's what I get. And with that, I am complete.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. The I brought them through, but the galactic baby whales, I was like, this is really niche and specific. I was like, are they different than um, the dolphins, the adult dolphins and whales, and the tortoises, and I don't know why it's specifically tortoise, and then the turtles too. So I found that really interesting, um, and listening to their like language is it's um yeah, different in a way. I know, they're so cute. They're so cute. Like I can't even, like, I channeled the frequency. I was like, this is so cute. I don't even know how to, like, I don't know what you guys are feeling or seeing, but it's just like, it's literally, they're the cutest thing ever. Um, yeah, did anybody else have anything? Vincent, do you have anything, brother? I saw you. No pressure. The relationship to the divine child, children, and the baby whales, baby dolphins. Yeah. The baby turtles. Something about that perfect third of the whales, dolphins, and turtles
Okay,
that
I
just
have
kind
to
of hit.
chime in again to weave some things together. So one of the cards that were coming up, like there was one that's called Animal Wisdom, be soothed and inspired by creature creation. So that was one of the ones from before. It has a cat on it. But the turtles is interesting because we're in a cycle of completion, at least for me. I've been going through an endless completion cycle in all these different cycles. But in 2022, I was in Puerto Vallarta and I stumbled upon on the beach baby turtles that were hatching and walking out to the water. And so I was like rewatching the videos today of like these baby turtles. And when I was getting a massage the other day, like connecting with, I feel like very connected with the manatees as well as like the dolphins and the whales. And the turtles were coming through. And I guess, fun fact, in Egypt and the Red Sea, the manatees are not super friendly to the turtles because they're like fighting over resources or something. I'm like, well, that's kind of sad. So I just like wish them harmonization. But I got like this encouraging nudge to take a bath with seaweed. So I literally went to like the H Mart, which is like your local Asian store, and got some seaweed and kelp and just bathed in that. I did like a bath both days on the weekend, and that was really fun. And then in this one card, it has Paris. And so there was something that like came through on my Instagram today, which ties in with like Africa and the animal kingdom and like the migratory cycles. And long story short, it was representative of like authentic voice and freedom and um like the movement of those to advocate on behalf of the animals for like the greater good to prevent extinction. So you were talking a few moments ago about like extinction. And so I think that's a really beautiful weaving. And one of my friends was talking about, I don't know anything of this, but dolphins and someone else are like trapped in Paris right now. I'm not I'm not like exactly sure, but like the Eiffel Towers on this card. So it's just a really interesting weaving with and I know I think Leah brought this in with like the tribal and same with Tatiana, like indigenous peoples and the nature and the animals and the greenery. Like there was a lot of greenery in these cards, and it also felt very Avalon. But yeah, just this like really deep connection with nature. And so I think when we go to like a golden Atlantis, those frequencies that are associated with that living in harmony with nature and oneness with nature, including the animal kingdom, I think is really powerful and potent. Oh, Tatiana, thank you for sharing. They are stuck in an old seawater park. Yeah, there's some I haven't tuned in, but there's something weaving in for like the advocation of and the freedom of um the animals. So um just like sending intention there. And Leah, yeah, I'm in the Seattle area. Yep. And Tatiana, it's the elephant migration and the not the warthog, sorry, it's the other ones. I can't think of the other name, but wildebeest, there is the gag and the gag order. And so it's exactly what you're talking about. It's like this the speaking truth and the truth card came up. So I feel like this also ties to like again that closing out of these like old Atlantean frequencies and cycles that are no longer in harmony with where we want to be. So anyways, I'm complete. I just had to like weave all those little threads together into like a little heart shape. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, that was great. That was amazing. Thank you for weaving that, gridding that. Um, I mean, the throat chakra has been when we were talking about the gag order too. It was like I was showing like the throat chakra and not being able to like fully speak your truth. Throat chakra has been a theme throughout 2025, but even recently as well too. Um, Horses, yeah. Thank you, Tatiana. We're all weaving because I was literally, there was like horses, lambs. I saw a ram today, chickens. Like there was a lot of these frequencies today for me specifically, which is really interesting. The white horse, yeah. The galactic white horse. Can we speak about the galactic white horse too has come through?
Oh, that's totally come through in the past. Yeah. I just wanted to pop on and say I had to stop when we were going through Utah today, I had to stop at sorry. The saltwater wash. There's this place where there's a lady who often sells horsehair pottery there in this she's just in this rest area, but it's looking over this incredible wash. And I just had to do some gridding at this wash where I feel like the Ute have been there. You can see, maybe I can post a picture in the chat. Yeah, it's in southern Utah. I'll post a picture. I took a panorama of it because it was just, it's a place where I feel like I always have memories of being there as a Native American, kind of looking over this territory. Um, and something told me I had to pull over and I had to ask the woman if she had a horse. So it was like there's just lots of horse energy coming through today there. That's the wash. I just put it in the chat. Okay, yep, I'll try and put it in the Telegram as well. So yeah, I just put it in the chat there. But yeah, there's something about the white horse. And the galactic white horse, I didn't realize that in southern France, in Camargue, like in the region where they say Mary Magdalene or the three Marys came onto shore there, there's all these marshes and there's white horses and there, oh, thank you, Vincent, the galactic white horse. But there's all these wild horses that are in the marshes there. And there's also flamingos, which is one of my spirit animals, which I absolutely love. And it's so random that there's flamingos, but there's flamingos there. And there were flamingos in the Bahamas. And the flamingos are all, I know, flamingos are just all about like being proud to be just an individual and flying your freak flag. So yay to flamingos and horses.
Yeah, thank you so much for, man, everything is just weaving. I feel like we're always weaving in the field, and that's why I love when we can get together every now and again and we can just confirm and weave and grid all the things that we're doing every single day. Yes, I'm so happy that everybody was here today. Vincent said he's with family time. I don't know if Leslie or Christina had something they wanted to share before we shift. If not, that's okay too. Okay, looks like you guys are connecting. Yay, yay. All right, fine. We're coming to Seattle this year. Twist my arm. 2026.
Honestly, I'm happy to have y'all come, and for those in the area to get together. Like, I'm down for like physical whatever fun. Physical fun. Sorry, not physical whatever. Physical fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Lenny and I have been talking about a trip. I think her brother Royal, or her brother, is in Seattle somewhere. So, you love Washington. Okay. Well, I think we got everybody, unless, and I love all the shares too. Let's go. Absolutely. The yellow rose frequency, thank you. The rainforest. I remember we talked about the rainforest. The rainforest came through again for me recently too. Specifically the one that's in Washington. Yep, Leslie's in Seattle. We just gridded the Space Needle to the stratosphere in Las Vegas. There's a lot of things weaving in the field. Yeah. So many people in Seattle, yeah. So many people in Utah too, so feel free to come visit. Stacy, Lenny, and I in Utah have the best snow. Yeah, Vincent's pretty close too in Seattle. But yeah, let's seal and integrate. Yeah, we can do, I mean, listen, we're going to have a 2026 meetup. We had a 2025 meetup as well. We'll have a 2026 meetup. We don't have to wait until June to make it happen, whenever it feels aligned. Something about Colorado is coming through too. I know Tatiana and Christina are in Colorado. We're right next door to Colorado, so just putting that into the field as well too. All right. Just beginning to wind down here, thanking all the many guides, helpers, allies that step forward, councils, so many councils. As well, the galactic children, our inner child, the divine child, all the dragons, angelic frequencies, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, Mother Mary, Solarishi, yeah, with Natalia. Yep, Clarice. Yeah, I think Clarice is up there. I was hoping she was saying she was wanting to hop in tonight too. She had messaged me, but. And if you made it this far on the replay, high five. Happy to have you. Love you guys so much. And taking a moment here also to recall our intention from earlier. Always like to remember our intention that we open with. Rebreathing that intention or intentions. Reactivating it, remembering, renewal, harmonize, reconcile, restore, remember, relive. Feel free to set an intention before you fall asleep tonight or before you hop into meditation, as well for integration of all of these amazing high frequencies, high vibration. Sending so much love and gratitude to every single person here on the call that is live with us, those who are watching the replay or listening to the otter, knowing that you are present here with us as well in the now moment. We see you. Sending you so much love. I feel like we're going to at least have one more call for the crystalline golden Atlantis frequency. Don't forget, since it's the first day of December as well too, to set your intentions for the month of December as we are bookending 2025 and calling in for 2026. I love all of the amazing, amazing shares. Please continue to weave with us in the field. Continue to weave with us in the Telegram. Know that all of us are here to support one another. You are not alone. How as the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The wolf pack is activated, the tribe. We are here. We found one another in 2025, and we will continue to just co-create, synergize, and remember together in 2026 and beyond. Did anybody else have anything else that they wanted to chat about before we hop off here? Feel free to unmute.
Yeah, may I add in light language? Okay, let's breathe in together. Give thanks to ourselves. Give thanks to the spirit, to the angels. Oh, turuhata ihata ana. Ayata itu tera tera. Di ana aha. Na iya tu yana ea. Ate ea no ya. Ate yo tu yana ate yata ana. No ayata. Na ate Mahalo, Nuiloa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. With that, I am complete.
Yeah, thank you. Feel free to unmute and say goodbye, or if anybody has anything else. Looking forward to having you guys back for at least one more call for this. We will see you on Tuesday which is tomorrow in linear time, for the final call for our Vegas gridding, which will be the element of Earth. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you, Glenn. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Love you, everybody. Mahalo.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Mhm.